They checked and they said, Mama, you're not leaving today. I hope you got your stuff. I was like, nope. I just had this and we had to come here. I just got like little things, but it's not enough. So she said, your support person, who is they? I said, it's my husband. So he said, you have to tell him to go get your stuff because you're not leaving. We have to induce you. Baby's in distress. I said, okay. My own was, Asha, need to bring out my baby. I'm excited. I want to meet my baby, you know. I want to meet my princess. Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Chini Umoyalu. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based out here in the United States. So if you're a new subscriber, welcome. Thank you for visiting. And I do hope you remain and get to watch my videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and for your always coming back to this channel. Thank you so much. So today's topic, I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery story. I'm a mom of two. So my first child, I had her on the 1st of May 2019. But before then, I was pregnant. Okay, I got pregnant back home in Nigeria. I'm still a new YouTuber, so I'm still trying to get my handle on things. So pardon me if I make mistakes somewhere. But I got pregnant back home in Nigeria. But believe you me, pregnancy is a beautiful thing. But pregnancy is also all the things we're told, you know, that we're going to expect when you get pregnant. And also a lot of things weren't told too. We just had to get to know it. But trust me, no two pregnancies are the same. My two pregnancies were very different from each other. But moving on. So I got pregnant back home in Nigeria and I moved back home to my family house in Lagos, where my mom took care of me. But pregnancy, wallahi, that first 16 weeks was heaven on earth. I don't want to use the word hell on earth, but it was heaven on earth. I was crampy, I was in pains, I had food poisoning, I was so aggressive, I had this severe taste for pepper. I loved pepper and I wanted pepper in everything. If there was even a way they could put pepper inside water, I don't mind, as at then. But, you know, it got so, I don't know the right word to use. I was just so tired every time. The only time I had a little bit of energy is when I wake up in the morning till about 11 a.m. And thanks to my little sister, Chimili, if not for her and my mom, I don't know how I would have survived that for 16 weeks. Everything was irritating to me. Everybody was irritating to me. I was so aggressive. If you talk to me, I give it to you a million times. I wasn't down for anything. I was just like a lioness, tearing everyone apart. But it all was for good, you know. So during that time, once I now got into my second trimester, it became easier. I started moving, I started jumping up and down. But even in that first trimester, it was so horrible that any little odor I perceived, I always threw up. To the extent that my little nephew, Cheesy, nicknamed me Mama Wah. That was his own way of saying Mama was always throwing up, because then he was still learning to talk and he always called me Mama. It was easy because he doesn't know how he's going to be calling his mommy, and me auntie. It wasn't really entering, so he used to call me Mama. So he was always telling everybody that comes across him that Mama is always Wah. So everywhere I go to, I threw up. Even if you're familiar with Nigeria, we have bikes. So even one time I took a bike against my doctor's orders that I shouldn't use bikes. But because of the traffic along the Apapa Expressway in Lagos, if you're familiar with it, I had to take a bike in order to get to my appointment, because then I was processing my visa to come over to the United States. So I didn't have time to, you know, lose anything. And that Apapa area to get to the island was a no-go area. So we had to go through my two relay and all that. So I had to take a bike from Apapa there to Mile 2 and all those other stuffs. I was literally throwing up on the bike man's body. People were like, madam, Oga, bike man, help, stop. Oh. I was like, please, if you stop, it's going to get worse because this whole place is smelling. I just had to, you know, move on. So when we got to the Mile 2, where I had to, if you're not familiar with Mile 2, this is a place in Lagos. So we got there, I had to start, I got pure water, and I had to start washing up, and we moved on. So I even got food poisoning. I was admitted in the hospital. I was always in and out of the hospital. Even going from antenatal was a problem. I normally go very late. In short, I didn't know what happened. I don't know anything that happened in the antenatal. All I know is that when I get there, they will they will just take my urine and check if there was protein and all that. So second trimester came. I started moving around, started going for my visa things and all that, which I'll still talk about in the separate video for those that are interested in coming to the United States through the fiancé visa. That was how I came here. Then after the whole second trimester, I think I was 32 weeks when I left the country to come over here. So during that period, I had to, as per requirements for the airline I used to come over here, I had to go to the hospital and check to see if ascertain how many weeks I was, and I had to show it at the airport. So, my dears, I got to the airport. They treated me nice as a pregnant woman, but that was most of the check-in people. They gave me professional treatment, but it didn't exclude the fact that they had to do their job. But they allowed me some leeways to pass that I was pregnant, so I wouldn't have to stand in line so much. Then I got to the United States. That was where the whole thing now started. I normally had this pain in my rib cage, in between my breasts area and then inside my rib cage. The pain was so excruciatingly painful, like seriously painful. My mom was scared, my husband was scared, everybody was scared. Because when the pain comes, I can't even breathe. If it's going to last for 30 minutes to 1 hour, I can't breathe. It's like as if I'm being choked, as if something is gripping my heart. But all glory be to God, that one passed. And I got into the United States. I had to now start looking for a hospital because I'm not here. I have no insurance. I still didn't have my social security number then. So the whole process was kind of sketchy. The hospital they have their policies and all. So I had to start looking for a hospital. But my mom-in-law referred us to a big hospital here, but it's about 45 minutes to an hour drive to Grady Hospital. So that was where I had my baby. But on getting there, but before ever, I had to do a lot of things that needed to be done based on how I got into the United States. So it took me a while to be able to get things in order. And by the time we now got to the hospital, they actually took my blood work, did some tests and all that, and to ascertain that I was healthy enough and baby was healthy too. So they did all that and said, okay, you can go and come back when the baby is okay, when you're ready. That meaning when my water breaks or when I start having strong contractions that are 5 minutes apart. Remember I said I didn't really attend my antenatal. I didn't know what they were talking about. I was busy. So I didn't know what the hospital was telling me. I just know that I can't wait to have my baby. My own was the excitement of being a first-time mom, I was just like, I need to get my baby out, Duduke, so I can cuddle my baby girl and get to wear her the amazing and beautiful dresses we bought for her. And just the excitement of being a first-time mom. So I wasn't really paying attention to the things I was supposed to pay attention to. So the hospital gave me April 29th and 30th as my due date. Even the hospital in Nigeria did the same too. And moving on, it got to April 29th. Okay, I also had a baby shower back here. The church here did a baby shower for me. And they actually took bets on when I was going to have my baby. And that was fun. We got a lot of things. Then getting to April 29th, April 28th, 29th, I was like, I told my husband I wasn't feeling this child anymore. She's not moving. I don't know. And I was having palpitations. I was just not feeling good. So he said, okay, let's just wait. I said, I'm not waiting. That I don't want to suffer this 9 months journey. All those stress I went through in the first trimester and come and hear a story that touches the heart that I lost the baby or kiniko, one thing. I said, no, boo, we have to move. So we got to the hospital. They put me in the triage. They checked my vitals. But the nurse that was doing all that wasn't her performance was kind of shaky. So she left me. You know, they had to put these belts around your tummy, monitoring the baby's heartbeat and yours too. So she had to leave me there and went and got the midwife to come in. They checked. The midwife left, now came in with an OBGYN. They checked and they said, Mama, you're not leaving today. I hope you got your stuff. I was like, nope. I just had this and we had to come here. I just got like little things, but it's not enough. So she said, your support person, who is he? I said, it's my husband. So he said, you have to tell him to go get your stuff because you're not leaving. We have to induce you. Baby's in distress. I said, okay. My own was, I need to bring out my baby. I'm excited. I want to meet my baby, you know. I want to meet my princess. Then they took me to the room, labor and delivery. My gosh, if you're having your child here for the first time, that room is a knockout. The room was massive with the bed, the things on the wall, monitors, and even they have a baby session. You have your own private bathroom. Your support person has a place to stay, when he or she's going to stay overnight. So it was just nice. It was cozy. I was like, okay. This is nice. I like this. I didn't know that the journey of a Tyson mice, was just starting. So I waited. They came in and said that they're going to monitor me for a while, that it's like as if I'm having signs of preeclampsia. I said, I don't know what that one is. I took my phone and entered Google. And what I was seeing, that was when the fear now came. They're like, no, Mama, you just need to calm down. Everything is going to be all right. I called my mom, my dad, my siblings, my mom and my dad-in-law. I called everybody and I told them what they told me, and they said, okay, we're going to put you in prayers. And that was how I got induced. But your girl, like I said, I attended antenatal for mouth. I didn't know what was going on. So they came, they said dilation. I didn't know what that one was. They said, do this one, open your leg. I was complying to their words. I listened to them and they did all that they were going to do. I got an epidural because your girl here, I hate pain. Ordinary syringe for injection is painful to me. Not to talk of that childbirth. Nope. But anyways, I got the epidural. They gave me some drugs first. They had to put in a catheter into my body so that my body can be able to pass out urine effortlessly without me having to stand up to go pee out, use the bathroom. Because the drugs they were giving to me to stabilize me so I won't go into seizures because of the preeclampsia was going to numb my legs, so they had to give me that. I can't remember the name of drugs, but I can't even state here because I'm not a medical personnel. This is a disclaimer. I'm not a medical personnel. This is what I observed. This is what happened to me. Yours might be different, so seek your own medical help. So they had to do all that for me to be comfortable, and they had to I had to take the epidural. Whether they wanted it or not, I wanted it, I want to take the epidural. Though I already had side effects, but as at that moment, I wasn't ready to believe anything about the side effects. I just know I don't want to feel that extra pain because of the pain I was going to go through. And I don't want to take my body through unnecessary trauma based on the fact that I already had preeclampsia. So I had to just allow my body to be calm. And, with the pains and the stories we've been hearing about pregnancy, I just didn't want to allow myself to even get there. So I took that. Then they came and said I wasn't dilating. So they said they were going to use a balloon. I don't know. I'm not a medical personnel. They said there's something. The way they explained it to me was that they're going to use a balloon and put it inside and inflate it for it to help expand my cervix. I said, please do the one that you're going to do for my child to come out. They did all that. Then they said something about stripping of membrane. I said, thank you. Go ahead. My own was just let my baby come out to this world alive, and me too, I'll be alive, I don't know what was going on. They said, okay, now it's time to push. So we're going to count from 10 to 1, and you're going to keep increasing. And, I said, okay. So they said, start counting 10, 9, 8. It got to a point, the midwife was like, you know what? you're going to have to rest. Didn't you attend antenatals? Were you not trained or taught how to do this? I said, no, I was too busy. I didn't know it was that serious. It got to a point, I was even begging them to please, I need to do CS. Now me, I'm tired of this whole thing. They should just come and tear the body out and bring out the baby. I just want my baby out. So after all that, so the epidural actually was numbing my whole body, plus the other drugs that was in my whole body to calm me down for me not to go into seizure. So I had to, you know, get my baby out. She was already in distress and they've broken my water for me already. So I had to stop pressing the button of the epidural, allowed my body to just relax a bit. So they came back and we started again. So we kept on pushing. I was tired. Next thing I was like, I'm tired. Let's go for the CS. They said, do it one more time. So that one more time I did it, my husband was like, oh, we can see her head. You continue. So when he said that, it was like as if this breath of strength just came into me and I pushed. Ooh. And my baby girl came out. But, my dears, I had the 3rd degree tear. Oh. My baby weighed 10 pounds when she came out. So when she came out, they asked me to hold her on my body, skin to skin. And that was so nice. We did that actually. She came on to me. She was laid on my chest, carried her. Then they took her off. Cleaned that up. Though I told them not to cut off the placenta yet. I wanted part of the blood to go in to her body because I've read about this cord blood and all the benefits, but I wasn't ready to store the cord blood because like I said, I came into the country, I wasn't prepared for a lot of things. So I just told them, okay, you can take it off. So there are these people that came in and asked for it to be donated to them because the cord blood helps in curing of a lot of diseases, cancers and all. What you can Google it out. I'm not a medical personnel, disclaimer. So I donated her placenta and it said you can use it to cure all these little children with cerebral palsy or whatever they call it and cancers. At least my daughter has done good to the world, you know, just from her first day of coming into the world. She's a saint. So we did all that. They now gave me my stitches. But like I said before, people do talk about epidurals and their side effects. Till tomorrow, I don't have any side effects. And even in my second baby, I had an epidural. I didn't want to take that pain. But the only thing I noticed was immediately after she came into the world and they started stitching me up, I started shivering. I mean shivering like as if I was, you know, in Antarctica. I was shivering. The midwife had to put off the AC, but I was shivering, my teeth were rattling. So after all that, they stitched me up. Then I was now wheeled into, after I rested for like an hour, then now another nurse now came in and wheeled me into the mommy and baby section. And there I stayed. I stayed in the hospital for extra 5 days for them to monitor my BP. My BP was over 600 to 700. That was how bad it was. And trust me, I wasn't really feeling anything. I swear, I wasn't really feeling like something was going on, or yes, I was on meds, but not really that much meds, you know. But I wasn't just feeling that I had anything to be bothered about. But the only thing that was bothering me was that my milk didn't come out. I was crying. Some nurses were like helping me, like, Mama, don't worry. Some people, their milks don't flow, you know, just take a breather, it's going to come. One of the nurses, she came in and she got me, gave me this breast pump machine that the hospital had for me to try pumping. It didn't work. They said, latch her on. I latched her on. My baby was eyeing me. So the hospital provided me with some formula and all that. And that was it. You know, I left. Okay, and one other thing again, that you have to come into the hospital with a baby car seat. The hospital has to check it to make sure that you have it and that it's also up to date, because they wouldn't want to be liable for anything that's going to happen, and they won't even release your child to you if you don't come with it. So we did all that and we got discharged and we got home and the journey started. Oh, it's still a lovely journey because it was still ongoing, and she's, oh my gosh, she's a runner. And she's the most beautiful baby in the whole world, yes. So I'm going to end this video right here, but before I end it, I want to say that for all the TTC women out there, you're going to have your own baby very, very soon. And for my singles out there that are still planning on getting married, please don't be scared about pregnancy. Yes, it's a bit scary, but the end justify the means, you know, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So anyways, I'm going to talk about my labor and delivery of my baby boy, and I do hope you sit back and listen to that. And as well, do not forget to, if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. Like, you're the real MVP. Thank you so much. Okay, do not forget to like, do not forget to share, do not forget to press the notification button so you always be alerted whenever I post a new video. And subscribe. I need you to subscribe. Get me to 100 subscribers, please. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed yourself like I also enjoyed myself too. And do not forget to come back again. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me on this space. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.